Pisces and Capricorn. This relationship can be so cute, you guys. I love the potential of this relationship. I love the potential of this relationship. Keyword potential of this relationship for several reasons. One being that Pisces we have over here is a water sign, a very imaginative water sign, very magical, mystical water sign that's very intuitive and out there and is able to you know, relate to people and connect with people on a very emotional, understanding, and empathetic, compassionate level that most other signs can't, you know? And then we have over here Capricorn, who is very grounded and based in reality and structured, has a routine, and doesn't like to stray from that routine. And doesn't like to, be too out there in terms of thought process, and it really, Capricorn really likes to be based in reality and not, stray too far from that. So I think Pisces is able to bring out that emotional side of Capricorn, that kind of dreamy side of Capricorn, that starry-eyed side of Capricorn. That Capricorn, it's like the childlike side of Capricorn, actually. Capricorn, because at a young age Capricorn is forced to kind of be an adult in some way, Capricorn kind of loses his or her sense of childhood sometimes, by getting so caught up in his or her responsibilities. And I think Pisces is really able to be like, hey, put that book down, you know what I'm saying? Worry about that homework, worry about that, later. Let's go have fun, let's go do something fun. Let's go, go to a museum. Let's talk about astrology. Let's talk about, like Pisces just likes to have fun. They like to connect with people, and I think Capricorn needs that sometimes. On the flip side, I also think, Pisces can sometimes get way too caught up, in, the magic of life and mystical, and his or her dreams and, fantasies and can just get way too out there, and I think on the flip side, Capricorn is able to bring Pisces back down to earth when needed. You know what I'm saying? Capricorn sometimes can, or I mean, Pisces can sometimes just be way too, what's the word for it? Maybe naive a little bit. Not naive, but more so like, maybe a little naive. Like just a little bit naive. And I think Capricorn is able to kind of check Pisces sometimes, but by being like, hey, that's not necessarily how things work. Hey, it's not that easy, but here's, what we can do to bypass, that. Here's what we can do to make it work. Here's what we can do to find success. That's Capricorn. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, that dream that you have, that fantasy that you have, Pisces, that, idea, that ideal that you have, Pisces, is it's not that easy to achieve. It's not going to be that easy to achieve. It's not going to happen just like that, but it's possible. Here's what we can do to make it happen. That's Capricorn, you know what I'm saying? It's like, come back down to earth, Pisces, and let's make it work. All right? On the flip side, Pisces for Capricorn, Capricorn can sometimes be very self-limiting, limit his or herself when it comes to his or her dreams, and it's like Pisces can, sometimes be like, hey Capricorn, that dream that you have, that idea that you have, that ideal that you have is great, but let's make it bigger. Let's think bigger. Let's open our minds a little bit to the possibilities and the magic of this idea that you have, like. You know what I'm saying? Let's stop being so here, down here. Let's elevate higher. That's Pisces, and I think that's what I mean by potential. Like this is a great, really great yin and yang, kind of like, this person has what this person needs, this person has what this person needs type of relationship. But that's potential, potential is a great goal to have. It's a great thing to achieve, towards, but potential isn't necessarily going to make a relationship, and I hope you know that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know now, then you hopefully you know. Potential is not going to make a relationship work. What will make a relationship work is what is based in reality, and what can we do to to you know improve our reality. So if we're thinking about it in that way, Capricorn is reality. Pisces is potential. So it's all about meeting in the middle. How do we make reality meet with potential? How do we make what compromises do we have to make to meet in the middle here? All right? By the way, thank you for listening and watching to this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, give me a thumbs up, comment below. I'm Lamar Townsend. I am a Capricorn. Capricorn Sun, Libra Moon, Virgo Rising, Mars, Mercury, and Sagittarius, and Venus and Scorpio. So, I appreciate you listening and watching. You can contact me at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading. I would love to do a personal reading for you. My readings are not free. They are $1 per minute. I have many different tarot decks to choose from. It really depends on the questions you ask me, but you know what exactly you need clarity on that determines which deck I will be using in your reading. So contact me at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading. There are also some personal testimonies that you can watch. You know, I actually have a video that someone did. A YouTuber actually did a video, so check that out on my website. You can also contact me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com for your own personal, private, confidential tarot reading. Follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. Follow me on Google+. You can find that link by clicking my name below if you're watching this video on YouTube, and it'll take you straight to my YouTube page, and the links are on my banner. And while you're at it, follow me on SoundCloud. Check out my Bandcamp, alright? So Pisces and Capricorn, you know, this can be a really great relationship, you know. I find that water signs and earth signs, you know, especially Capricorn. I find Capricorn actually can go along pretty much with any of the water signs. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You know, I find, but maybe that's just me because my Venus is in Scorpio, so I'm just naturally attracted to water signs. Um However, each water sign, no water sign is the same. You know, Pisces, you know, each water sign is able to bring, you know, something different to the table, to the relationship. And with Pisces and Capricorn, I liken it to this analogy. And when I talk about this analogy a lot, people get it. People are like, "Oh, that makes so much sense. I never thought about it that way." Wow. So with each relationship that you have in your life, with each person you have, there's a specific rhythm in that relationship that you have with that person, that you've established with that person, meaning that you have realized each other's differences, whether it be in communication, just whether it be in who you are, you know. Um, you've accepted each other's differences, and based on those differences you built a rapport with each other. You know, this is how I communicate, this is how he communicates, this is what this person going on in his or her life. Maybe he or she has a wife, a husband, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, kids, you know, 2 or 3 jobs you know, to handle. That means this person probably is not going to be able to communicate all the time with me. I, you know, hypothetically, metaphorically, or I'm not gonna talk about myself, because I always feel like when you talk about yourself like that on camera, like it's really weird. You have to really watch what you say because things can become a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, so you just seriously watch what you say. Um, um, so I'm gonna say this person. Okay, so we've talked about this person. This person knows that this person, you know, has 1,000 things going on in their life. You know, this person understands that this person cannot always communicate because they have 2 or 3 jobs, a husband, wife, you know, kids, whatever. You know, this person has to understand that, you know, because this person may have one job, you know, and they may be free on the weekends. They may have more free time than this person, but they have to be understanding of this person's situation. You know, so based on those differences, they built a rhythm. They built a rapport with each other. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I liken it to tabletop tennis. If you've ever played tabletop tennis, and I've had a slew of friends, you know, rich friends, you know, my own family, you know, like if you grow up with like wealthy people or like with just wealthy families, then you find a lot of times that you know, people just have like just these like games in their houses, pool, tabletop tennis, those little like things where you like, it's like soccer and you have the little men and all in a line, like little games like that. Some people have like arcades in their houses. It's freaking crazy, y'all. Um, I grew up in one of the richest counties in the world, so it's crazy. But anyways, I liken it to tabletop tennis. If you've ever played tabletop tennis, it's a really fun game. Basically, there's two people that play, and you each get a paddle. Sometimes I think four people play, but you each get a paddle. Um, and you have to hit the ball back and forth. All right, and you have to keep the ball going back and forth, meaning like the ball can't like, if someone misses hitting the ball, that means that person loses. The game is over. It has to start all over again. Meaning like when you play the game, you have to understand each other's rhythm. You have to understand, okay, this person is going to hit the ball this way. You know, this person, based on their body language, it looks like they're going to hit the ball this way. I'm going to move over here. You have to understand each other's rhythm. And if you don't understand each other's rhythm, if this person is hitting the ball, hard as hell, and this person's like, whoa, where's the ball going? I don't know. And it hits this person in the eye. It hits her glasses, it hits a picture on the wall, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just messy. That's how communication can sometimes be when it comes to Pisces and Capricorn. It's like, because they're so different, the signs are so different and, polarizing. Here we have Capricorn, grounded in reality, based in reality, doesn't like to stray too far from reality. Here we have Pisces, who doesn't always like to be based in reality, who likes to sometimes daydream of a different reality, of a fantasy, you know what I'm saying? Like, two polar opposites, two different, completely different ways of being, styles of being, probably styles of communication, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like, my Pisces friends, like, they'll be talking and they'll just go on tangents about, like, just these metaphysical topics, and, like, I can only keep up so much before I'm like, oh my gosh, can we stay in reality? Can we, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting too far out there for me, you know what I'm saying? Let's come back down to earth, please. And there's like moments like that can be really frustrating, where it's like Pisces can just be like, but I'm trying to connect with you. I'm trying to establish a rapport. I'm trying to establish a bond. And Capricorn can just be like, you're annoying me. Like you're too out there. I'm not interested in this. Like it's just potential not meeting up with reality. You know, um, two people not willing to make the game work, not willing to find the rhythm of the game and make it work. Um, and that's sometimes what it can be. You have to find out the other person's rhythm, and you have to understand and accept that person's rhythm. You have to be willing, you have to kind of think of it like a game. You have to, like, think ahead. Like, okay, this person, because they have this or her going on in their life, because they have this or that going on in their life, because I pay attention and I focus on their moves and I focus on their reactions to things, I can kind of predict what the next move is going to be. I can kind of predict where they're coming from. I can kind of see, I can understand their rhythm, and I can give that back to them. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Like, you just have to be able to understand each other's rhythm. You have to understand that Pisces is going to sometimes come from a direction that Capricorn is not totally going to understand, but Capricorn has to be willing to accept that and throw that back at Pisces, you know, and not get frustrated and hit the ball back, and knock Pisces glasses off, or hit a picture off on the wall, like Pisces, and Capricorn have to be willing to make it work, you know what I'm saying? Because, there's always that potential for someone to, okay, this rhythm we have going on is super great, I like this game is fun, but then it gets boring, or someone says something or does something that irritates the other person, and then it's like, F you, and then, the ball, goes flying off, and then you have to start the game all over. Sometimes, things get so bad that, like, the game just can't be started over, the game can never be played again between these two people, period, you know? that's kind of like what Pisces in a Capricorn relationship is like. It's kind of like tabletop tennis. I'm being sarcastic, but I'm kind of being serious. Like, you know, it's just two people willing to make it work. Two people willing to understand where the other one is coming from, where the other one is speaking from, where the other one's coming at, where the other one is, what the other one is trying to do, what the other one is trying to convey. It's all just about watching and listening, you know? Because if you watch and listen to your partner, then you will really be able to understand their rhythm, and you'll be able to kind of predict what they're going to do next, and you'll be able to understand where they're coming from. But if you don't, you'll always be second guessing yourself and wondering, and freaking out about, okay, what's their next move? You know what I'm saying? And you're always going to be freaking out about hitting the ball. Am I going to hit the ball? Oh my God, where are they going now? Where are they throwing the ball? And then eventually that like negative thinking, that like, freaking out is going to turn into a self-fulfilling prophecy, and the ball, you know what I'm saying? Like the game is going to be over. I hope some of you totally get this analogy. If you don't, I'm sorry. If you do, great. Take it, you know, if you don't, leave it. I'm just putting this advice, I'm just putting this stuff out on Front Street, and it is totally up to you to take it and put it in your cargo and, take the advice and improve your life and move on, or leave it for someone else to pick up, alright? Um, so it's just all about figuring out each other's rhythm for Pisces and Capricorn, and be willing to make it work. Because these are two completely different signs, but there's such a mutual beneficial there's such a mutual beneficial aspect to this relationship, I think. Um, that I think, actually not even the other water signs, the other earth signs can actually like understand or grasp, you know, specifically between these two signs. Like I think each of these two signs, has, some stuff that the one can learn from the other. Capricorn can learn about, not being so routine and boring, and strategic and doing the same thing over and over all the time, from Pisces. And I think Pisces can learn that, to, take those ideas and dreams that they have and base them in reality, and figure out how to make them actually work. And I think also Pisces can teach Capricorn to make their ideas and their dreams bigger, and to think bigger, think outside of the box. So I think these two also have the potential to like push each other to grow and evolve as individuals. Um, I also think the potential for a breakup between these two people can be very painful. Um, because I think by the end of the relationship, each person would have, delved into the other person's psyche and emotional being, so deep that it's like it's almost hard to pull apart from each other, you know. So I think Capricorn and Pisces can be kind of like a connection for life, whether it be a friendship or a relationship or whatever, you know. I think these two signs are a great pairing. I think these two signs have the potential to be a great pairing, but it's all about, once again, making that potential work with reality, realizing each other's differences and figuring out the rhythm of the relationship, and making it work. All right? So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed doing it for you, and I hope you got something out of it. Please like and subscribe, check out the rest of my videos, check out my YouTube channel, share with your friends and family, and you can also contact me once again at lamartownsendtarot.com for your own personal, private, confidential reading, alright? You can also contact me at lamar.townsend@gmail.com Follow me on Instagram at Lamar Townsend. Like me on Facebook, facebook.com/Lamar Townsend Official. And I will catch you guys next time, okay? You guys are awesome, Pisces and Capricorn. Keep rocking on. If you are in a relationship with a Pisces, or if you are in a relationship with a Capricorn, I hope you take what I told you. I hope you learned something from this video and can apply it to your relationship, and transform your relationship into a more positive experience for both of you, okay? With all that being said, people, thank you for listening and watching. I love you, and have a great day and a great week, a great month, a great year, whenever you're watching this video. Just have a great life, okay? Make it count. Make it worth it, alright? You only get one life. Alright. Love you. See ya.